So this is a table 1.2 in which we have told plants and what part of that plant is edible. So for example, roots are edible part of carrot, turnip, radish, sweet potato. Number 2, stems. Stems are the edible part of sugarcane, onion, ginger, potato. Number 3, leaves. Leaves of mint, pudina, spinach, palak, cabbage, lettuce. Lettuce सलाद पत्ता होता है, सलाद पत्ते को lettuce बोलते हैं. Number 4, flowers are the edible part of cauliflower, banana flower, broccoli and pumpkin flower. Pumpkin is your कद्दू. कद्दू के जब बेल लगती है तो उसमें पहले आपको फ्लावर आते हैं, उनकी भी सब्जी बनती है. Number 5, fruits. You know fruits, apple, mango, grapes. For them, fruits are the edible part. Vegetables are the edible parts of beans, brinjal, peas. 7, seeds. Seeds are eaten for wheat, rice, cumin, kidney, beans. Kidney bean राजमा होता है. Kidney bean राजमा को बोलते हैं kidney beans. Number 8, nuts are eaten of almonds, groundnut, walnut, cashew nut. जीरा होता है given. You know sometimes for a single plant you have 2 or more than 2 parts which are edible parts जिनको खाया जा सकता है. For example, mustard seed. अपनी सरसों जो होती है वो जब वो पक जाता है तो उसका ऑयल निकाला जाता है. ऑयल एंड इट्स लीव्स. सरसों का साग बनाते हैं. The leaves are used as vegetable. I give you one homework for you. Search for mahua. You may be knowing, some of you will be knowing, but search for mahua. इंटरनेट से सर्च कीजिए and find its edible parts. You'll be surprised to know so many parts of mahua plants are edible. Now, I also give you home activity. Activity 3. You should take up either चना. चना you know, ग्राम भी कहते हैं चने को, और मूंग. मूंग का इंग्लिश जो है लेंटिल्स बोलते हैं, but you can use मूंग as I mean मूंग is as good as you can use it, the word. You should take chana or moong dal, and with the help of your parents you should try sprouting of chana or moong. Now these are the 2 questions which you should try to answer. Why we should eat sprouted seeds? You have to find out the reason. Question number 2 is a very interesting question. In which category do you place mushrooms? Are they plants or they belong to animal category? You have to find it out. There is a homework for. Okay. Now so far we have done the source was plant sources. Now let us go to next category. Next category is food from animals. We get various food items from animals. For example, we get milk. We get milk from cows, buffaloes and goats. What do milk contain? Milk is used to prepare butter, cheese, ghee, curd, ice cream, etc. Second category is eggs. We get eggs from hens, turkeys and ducks. Please turkeys के लिए आप थोड़ा सर्च कर लीजिए. ये थोड़ा सा बड़ा वर्ड होता है. Eggs are a rich source of proteins and vitamins. Third category is meat. We get meat from hens, ducks, goats, fishes. Meat is a rich source of proteins. Fourth category is honey. We get honey from honey bee. It is a tasty and nutritious food item and is used to make Ayurvedic medicines. The rearing of The rearing of bees on a large scale is called apiculture. Honey bees are kept in apiaries for rearing. Honey bees collect nectar, that is sweet juice, from flowers, convert it into honey and store it in their hives. You might be slightly, this is an interesting word. Rearing means palna. Rearing is called palna. What animals eat? Different animals have different food habits. Some of them eat plants only, some eat flesh of other animals, and some can eat both of them. So on the basis of food habits, we divide animals into following three categories. Category number one is herbivores. Animals that eat plants only or plant products are called herbivores or herbivorous animals. Examples of such animals are cows, goats, rabbits, sheep, deer
Go.
are some of the examples. Second category is carnivores. Now some animals that eat only flesh means mass of other animals, they are called carnivores or carnivorous animals. The examples are lions, tigers, eagles and bulls are the carnivores. Third category is omnivores. Omni means both. They can eat both plant products as well as flesh of other animals. They are called omnivores or omnivorous animals. Examples of such animals are humans, bears, rats, crows, cockroaches are some of the examples because they can eat both plant products as well as flesh of other animals. Now let us come to a special category. That category is scavengers and decomposers. The animals that eat flesh with mass of dead and decaying animals are called scavengers. Examples of scavengers are jackals, hyenas and vultures. These are the examples of your scavengers. Okay, now some organisms in nature, it's not possible to see them, but we can see them under special microscopes such as fungi and bacteria. They feed on plants and dead animals. And their specialty is they decompose these dead plants and animals into simpler products and absorb them or take them into their own bodies. These organisms are called decomposers. Now, what is the importance of scavengers and decomposers? Scavengers and decomposers, because they remove dead and decaying parts of animal and plants, therefore they also keep our earth clean. They are also known as cleansers because they remove all these waste products from our nature. Students, I'm going to give you one question. The question is, what is the difference between scavengers and decomposers? You find out from different sources and then I'll provide you the answer. Food chain. You know, the students' ultimate source of energy on this earth is sun. Sun's energy cannot be trapped by animals. It can only be trapped or it can be utilized only by plants and grasses. So they are the primary sources which fix the sun's energy into useful form. Then they are again eaten up by some other herbivores which utilize their energy to make up their own bodies and to provide energy for themselves. These herbivores are eaten by carnivores, lower carnivores. They again assimilate their products into their body and some of them use such energy to provide energy for themselves. Such a chain in which one thing is eating something and is being in turn eaten by something else is known as food chain. So how do you define food chain? To define a food chain can be defined as a series of organisms. And what is the link? आपस में कैसे linked है? Linked together by the process of eating. They eat something and being eaten for food. For example, I'll give you a simple example. Grasses, they are the producers, primary producers. They are eaten by grasshopper, who are the herbivore. Grasshopper is eaten by frog, which is a carnivore. Frog in turn is eaten by snake, which is a large carnivore. You know, in our country, many people do not get enough food to eat. The reason is not that we don't have food in our country. We have a lot of food. But because of our distribution system, because of our laws or some other sociological problem, the food is not reaching all the people. So this is known as food problem. How do you define food problem? There is, there are 2-3 reasons. One is there is shortage of food. That is overall in the country there is very little food, or there may be a lot of food but many people cannot buy enough food. Why? Because they don't have accessibility. They don't have money to buy it, or the cost of food is very high. This is called food problem. Now, food problem, how do you solve the food problem? To solve the food problem, there are very simple steps. Number one is the food problem in our country can be solved by the following ways. Number one, we should grow more food crops by using modern methods of farming so that we get higher productivity. Higher productivity, then per hectare we'll get more and more food. Second is we should store food. Now what is happening is we have in India lot of food stored, but that is being wasted. How do it get wasted? There are different reasons for that. That is, we should store the food grains properly so that it is not eaten by rats, insects and birds, or spoiled by microorganisms. Last but not the least is never waste food. We should not waste food in any way. By adopting these methods, we can ensure that food reaches each and every person in our country, and that will solve the food problem of our country. Thank you, students. You'll get a worksheet in due process. Immediately after we have finished this lecture, I'll give you a worksheet.